All right, so we're just going to have a quick chat here with Tom, and he's going to share his story with me and remind me what he first came in for and how he's doing. He's just got one visit left. It's been a fun couple months, so tell us what life was like before. How did you enjoy the treatments? How are things better in the last couple months, basically?
Okay, well, I came down to see Dr. Schroder because I was having a lot of stinging in my legs and numbing in my feet, and from peripheral neuropathy, which was diagnosed by a neurologist up in Columbus, Ohio. And
what did he tell you about it?
He told me that, I said, well, I had one doctor diagnosed, said I didn't have peripheral neuropathy, and then the other doctor, neurologist, told me I did. So I got really confused. I said, well, do I have it or do I not? He said, yes, you have peripheral neuropathy. So he gave me the pin treatment in there, and it definitely, I couldn't feel my feet like I should. So I'm 70 years old. So anyhow, I refused to give up to cure the situation. I was given gabapentin, 600 milligram 3 times a day, that's 1,800 a day, and it just numbs up my brain so I wouldn't feel what my problem was. Well, I'm a chemist, so I refused to give up and not investigate to get this cured. I wanted to get this cured. I never thought. I'm a pretty good athlete, and I must have ruined my feet playing too much tennis on hard courts. So I don't have diabetes, but I felt that maybe I could get this cured. And I happened to see an article in the newspaper one time about Dr. Schroder, and in fact, my girlfriend over here in Zanesville, I saw the whole article, and I read, oh, this looks pretty good. I've got to investigate this. So I came to Dr. Russ, and I'd give him a shot at this guy. Well, what do I have to lose? I have nothing to lose other than because I would sit.
Legs.
My legs, yeah. And I would sit home. I'm retired, and I sit there. And occasionally, well, more than occasionally, I would get stinging between my knees and my ankles, and numbing in my feet, and it was very uncomfortable. It just was like it spoke to me all the time. Like, it was hard to relax. I couldn't relax like I wanted to. It just bothered me. And so that's why I came down here, and my stinging started out, some days the stinging was up around 8 or 9 and maybe 10 initially when I came in here, and my feet were pretty well were numbed up, and that was occasional too. Some days they were more numb than others, but they were overall enough numbness I wanted to come see Dr. Russ. So now the numbing has down in my legs is probably down, I'd say 1.5 in my leg. The stinging in my leg, stinging or tingling, is about 1.5 to 1, and in the numbing is like 1 down to half 0.5, which 0.5 to 1 in my numbing, and tingling and stinging in my legs is about 1 to 1.5. It's really come down immensely. I mean, I wasn't sure this was all going to happen. I just took my chances. I had no idea what cold laser did and all this stuff, and I believed in Dr. Russ, and so that's why. And here 8 weeks later, even though I was a doubting Thomas, my name's Tom, doubting Thomas, but maybe. And I always was a little bit, I was a scientist, so I thought this might work, and it might, but I believed in Dr. Russ, what he told me, and so anyhow, it's almost gone, it's almost out of my system, this stinging and tingling and numbing, So
a couple months ago,
yeah.
You'd already been told by a neurologist that it was neuropathy.
Yeah.
You were given the seizure medication, gabapentin.
Yes.
600 milligrams 3 times a day, correct?
Yes.
All right. So at that point in time, your symptoms out of a 10 scale were about an 8 or a 9.
That's right, yeah.
In the last couple months with some, we'll call them relatively easy treatments. We're not hanging you upside down and spinning you around from the ceiling. We're not beating you like a piñata. We're using some very high-tech type things that you were able to read about. We sent you a report on.
Yeah.
And in the last couple months, about 8 weeks, that your symptoms are down from an 8 or a 9 down to about a 1 or so.
Yeah, 1 or so, that's correct.
Down in your feet and your legs.
In fact, instead of taking in 7 days, instead of taking 21 gabapentin or Neurontin, 21 in 7 days, I recently last week I might have taken 2 or 3. So from 21 in 7 days down to 2 or 3 in 7 days. That's quite a
You've reduced your
decrease.
medication by 90%.
Exactly.
In round
yes.
numbers.
And right now I didn't even take any today, and it's really, it's just it's almost, you feel like it's almost like a miracle. Really, I never thought I'd be sitting here talking to you about this or talk to anybody about this, about
Sure.
how it has decreased my stinging, tingling, and numbing in my leg, which is peripheral neuropathy.
Well, I believe that doubting Thomas from the Bible had to be shown a miracle before he finally believed. So thank you for sharing your story. I really appreciate you letting everyone know what your experience was like in the medical system and how you'd been told nothing you can do, take these pills, side effects, numb you down the brain, and what we can actually do to help heal the nerves. I appreciate you just sharing that with everyone. And thank you for listening, everyone.